Vinyasa class, all you really need is a mat. I have some blocks here. They may come in handy. You don't necessarily need them at all. So once you've got everything set up, let's get started on our backs with bent knees, feet about hip width distance or wider apart from each other. Scoot the shoulder blades together underneath you just so it's more comfortable to turn the palms up. Close your eyes down and just bring awareness to your breath. Notice if your breath is shallow or if it's deep. Notice where in your body you feel it. And then begin to deepen your breaths. In through the nose, send the air all the way down to your belly so that you feel the belly rise, the ribs expand, and then the collarbones lift. And on your out breath, collarbones soften, ribs contract, and belly pulls in, pressing all the stale air out. Keep going just like that, maybe adding your Ujjayi breath here, bringing that gentle constriction to the back of your throat, like you're trying to fog up a window or to whisper to a friend. So keep that constriction while you breathe in and out through your nose, just so you can hear your breath. Now begin directing your breath into the back side of your body so that you feel your back expand into the mat underneath you. Most of the time we really focus on breathing into the front of our body, but now think about the back and also the sides. I've gotten a lot of questions lately about what to do for back pain. So in class today, we'll be working a lot with the whole back side of the body. Posterior chain tends to be weak on a lot of people just because of our normal daily activities. So we'll work on strengthening and stretching all of that. With your next inhale, extend the legs out long on the mat, arms overhead, take a full body stretch. Getting as long as you can from fingertips to toes. On an exhale, pull knees into chest and gently rock side to side, still breathing into your back. Come to stillness now and place palms on your kneecaps. Keep the big toes touching, but start circling the knees out in opposite directions. Try to make these nice and big, work through the full range of motion that's available in your hips today. And switch directions. Happy baby next. Bring the knees wide, feet up toward the ceiling. Spine long on the mat, press your tailbone down. Keep your back where it is and then bring your arms up to meet the backs of the thighs, the calves, or your feet. Whichever arm position allows for the most length in your spine. And you can just stay there and be still, or you could rock, playing around a little bit. Maybe straightening one leg and then the other. just notice how your body's feeling today. Bring the knees back together, knees over the hips, shins parallel to the floor. So legs are in this 90-degree position. Flex your feet, squeeze the legs together. Now just start cinching in at your waist using those deepest core muscles, the transverse abs, to do this. Imagine that you're wearing a corset and those deep core muscles are tightening that corset around you. So we have done this a few weeks in a row now, so you might be feeling a little stronger with it. If you are, you could lift shoulders off the mat this time, but keep cinching in at the waist, drawing belly button down toward the floor. And then from wherever you are, legs still squeezing together, maybe you start to extend the legs forward. Trying to keep most of the work in the front of your belly. If you feel it switch into your back, draw the legs back in a little bit. You could even lower the shoulders. Take 3 more breaths wherever you are. Sides of the waist pulling down to the mat, belly button pulling down. And release, knees into chest. Take a little break, maybe rock. We'll do that one more time. So find your 90-degree angle with your legs, feet flexed, legs hugging in together. Cinch the waist in, maybe lift the shoulders up, and then slowly extend the legs out, really paying attention to where you feel the energy, whether it's in the front or the back of your body. Holding for 2 more breaths. And release, plant your feet on the floor, setting up for a bridge pose. So feet hip width distance apart from each other, pretty close to the glutes. A good guideline is that your fingertips might be able to graze your heels. And then scoot the shoulder blades closer together underneath you as we start. Bend your elbows so fingers face up toward the ceiling. And we're not going right into bridge. First, just press into your upper arms, puff the chest up, and engage those upper back muscles. And release. Inhale, lift the heart up, press down through the upper arms. Release. Once more like that. Inhale, lift the chest. And lower. This time adding on, so inhale, puff the chest up. Exhale, lift the hips up. Hold for 2 breaths. Zip the belly in and up. Use that strength that we just created in the core. Press down through the heels. And without moving your feet in space, draw heels towards your shoulders. Gently set it back down. Inhale, puff your chest up. Exhale, lift the hips, holding for 2 breaths. Roll yourself back down one last time. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, the hips up. Root down through your heels, draw them back. Think about lengthening the knees forward, drawing your belly in and up. Slowly lower back down and just windshield wiper your knees side to side. Shake that out. Core strength is really important for back stability, so we will do a little bit more core now. So let's find that 90-degree leg position again. This time hands come behind the head. Try to keep your elbows wide the whole time. And we'll start by extending right leg out toward the top of the mat. And then right elbow comes to left knee. Shoulders down, legs together, switch sides. Extend the left elbow to right knee. We're taking this nice and slow, being very conscious, awareness in the belly. We're doing 10. So we're almost halfway there. Last 2. And 1. Now, we'll do 2 more actually, but something a little bit different. So right leg extends, right elbow to left knee. Then lower your shoulders, draw your left knee to the right for a twist. You can open up the arms if you like that. Letting the belly be soft now after all that work. Bring it back to center, legs at 90, hands behind your head. Left leg extends out, exhale, left elbow, right knee. Lower the shoulders down, take your knee to the left. Maybe open up the arms to a T. Breathe into any tightness that you feel in your back or your hips. Letting the breath create expansion. Come back to center now. Watch out for pets who are doing yoga with you on the mat. Pull knees into chest, palms behind the thighs. Round your spine and rock forward and backward a couple of times. Just massaging the length of your spine. Eventually find some balance on your sit bones in boat pose. So any version of boat works. You could keep your feet on the floor if you need to, or shins parallel to the floor, thighs hugging together. Lengthen the spine up, lift your chest. Zip the belly in and up. Maybe float the arms forward. And for our last breath, maybe you can straighten the legs. And then just take a seat, let that go. So next, bend your left knee in, bringing your heel pretty close into your body. Right foot just steps in front of the left. And then shift the weight into your right foot and your left shin, and we'll just kind of rock forward, weight toward the toes. And hopefully you're getting a good stretch in the back of your right ankle and your right calf. I've been doing a lot of walking recently, so this feels really good for me. And often we don't realize that tightness in the feet, ankles, and calves can have effects all the way up the posterior chain. So it can pull on the low back and all the way up. Maybe this time you lean forward and just hold for a couple of breaths. And then just take a seat, keeping your legs where they are. Right hand will come behind the right hip. Inhale, grow taller, lengthen up through the crown of your head. On your exhale, twist towards your right, wrapping left arm around your right knee. With every inhale, think about getting taller. And with every exhale, maybe twist a little bit more. Let's unwind on the next inhale and switch sides. So right knee's bent, right foot in towards your body. left foot steps in front of the right. And then just lean forward, bringing weight onto the left foot and right shin, and just start that rocking motion again. Noticing if this left side feels different from the right. Maybe the next time you rock forward, you stay there for a few breaths. Now take a seat, keeping the legs where they are. The left hand comes behind you. Breathe in and lengthen up. Breathe out, twist towards your left. Again, on your inhale, lengthening up. Exhale, twisting more. Inhale to unwind. From that, bring the soles of your feet together, knees out wide. So you're in this butterfly leg position. And again, think about lengthening up through the crown of your head, like you've got an invisible string tied to the crown that's being pulled up. So while that's happening, press your knees down toward the mat. Feel your glutes start to turn on. Now, if you're already feeling a big stretch in your hips, you can stay here. Or if you'd like more, start to fold over your feet, trying to keep as much length in your spine as possible on the way down. Eventually, just let everything round, head and neck can relax. Take a deep inhale as you slowly roll up. Plant your hands behind you. And on your next exhale, squeeze the glutes, lift your hips off the mat, but keep pressing your knees down. Press the floor away with the hands so your heart starts to lift as well. Then lower everything back down, cross your shins, roll over the knees to come to hands and knees, tabletop. Spread your fingers wide, wrists below the shoulders, knees below the hips. Press weight into every fingertip and all the knuckles at the tops of your palms. And then inhale, lift your chest and tailbone, arch your back. Exhale to round, press the floor away. Inhale, cow pose, lift the chest, pull the shoulder blades together. Exhale for cat, round and tuck your chin. Let's do 3 more like that, moving with the pace of your breath. Now just take a couple of breaths to take any additional movements that your body needs. Maybe circles with the hips, or maybe wagging your tail side to side like I'm doing. Maybe a couple more cat-cows. One more breath. And then we'll meet back in a neutral spine. Inhale, extend your right leg back, trying to keep your foot in line with your hips and both hip bones facing the mat. Lift up onto the left fingertips just to make sure you're stable. And then reach the left arm forward when you're ready. Try to keep the shoulders soft, relaxing away from the ears. Belly's pulling in and up, and you probably are feeling some back body sensations right now, which is what we're looking for. The next time you breathe out, curl everything in, tap elbow to knee. Inhale to extend. Exhale, tuck it in. One more time, extend. And crunch. Inhale, extend, right leg stays, left hand to the mat. Then bring right knee out to your side like a dog at a fire hydrant. From here, just circle your knee forward 3 times. And then backward 3 times. Just getting some more movement in the hips. Now tap your right toes to the back of the mat, press your heel back. Right knee meets left, back in your box pose. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. Then curl your toes under, lift your hips up and back for downward facing dog. And feel free to pedal this one out. Just get settled in, bending one knee and then the other. Maybe shifting heels from side to side. Center your dog now. On your next inhale, shift forward, plank pose. Shoulders come over the wrists. Belly's pulling in. Press the floor away with your hands. Then everyone lower the knees for our first chaturanga. Make sure arms are externally rotating. So you want biceps spinning forward, triceps spinning back. Exhale, lower nice and slow, letting elbows graze your sides on the way down. All the way to the belly. Inhale, peel your chest up, baby cobra. Press down through the tops of your feet. Draw the elbows back and together behind you. Gently release. Again, baby cobra. Inhale, lift the chest. Press tops of feet and thighs into the mat, but lift your belly button up. Let that go. And last one, inhale as you lift the heart. This time you could float the hands if you're ready for that. You could float the legs. Try to keep the big toes touching though, and that belly button lifting up off the mat. Exhale, release, press back, child's pose, hips to heels. Feel the breath in your back now. And on the next inhale, rise back up to box. Extend your left leg back, heel in line with the hips. Hips level with one another. Then lift up onto the right fingertips just to make sure you're stable. And when you are, reach the right arm forward. Holding here just till we feel the back body turn on. Make sure you're still pressing down with the fingertips on your left hand. On the next breath out, tuck everything in, elbow to knee. Inhale to extend. Exhale, tuck it in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. Extend, breathe in, left leg stays, right hand to the mat. Then breathe out, take left knee out to your side. And start circling the knee forward 3 times. And then backward 3 times. Then send left toes to the back of the mat, press your heel back. Bring left knee back in to meet the right. And inhale for cow, lifting the chest and tailbone. Exhale for cat. Round. Pull your belly in. Try to round through the low back even more. Back to neutral. Then curl the toes under. Send your hips high. Down dog. You can pedal it out again if that feels good for you. Then breathe in, shift forward, plank pose. 2 breaths here. Your choice for this chaturanga on the knees or the toes. Just make sure triceps are spinning toward the heart, biceps forward, shoulders press away from the ears. Then slowly lower all the way down to the belly. Inhale for baby cobra, maybe locust by lifting the hands and the feet. Keep scooping the belly button up off the mat, sending your shoulder blades down and together. And let that go. A little bit different this time. Reach your right arm forward, left arm back, left palm facing down. So now we'll be lifting the right arm and the left leg. So on the inhale, lift up, press down through your left palm and the right top of your foot. And release. Switching sides now, left arm forward, right arm back, palm facing down. With your next inhale, lift your left arm and right leg. Press down through the right palm. Press down through the top of your left foot. Still trying to lift the belly button up. And release. Place palms under your shoulders. Press hips to heels for child's pose. Maybe taking the wide knee version this time. Just resting forehead on the mat. While you're here, notice if your shoulders or traps are starting to creep up towards your ears. If they are, soften those down. Maybe bend the elbows outward a little bit to help keep them relaxed. Inhale as you reach the arms forward again. Exhale to your downward facing dog, curling the toes under, lift your hips. Again, try to soften shoulders away from ears. Find as much length in your spine as you can, even if that means you need to keep the knees bent. It's really better to have bent knees than a rounded spine in your down dog. So for some of you who maybe don't know if your back is rounded in this pose or not, it can be really helpful to take a video of yourself to watch afterward. Soften your knees, look forward, and step or hop to the top of your mat. Halfway lift on your inhale, bringing palms to shins or thighs, and gently press your palms into your legs to create more length through the crown of your head. Shift more weight toward the toes. Zip the belly in. Press shoulders away from the ears. Should be feeling your hamstrings, getting a good workout here. And then exhale, release that. Forward fold. Maybe keeping both knees soft, maybe bending one knee at a time. Then inhale, reach out and up, all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach out and up. Swan dive down on your exhale, bending your knees as much as you need to in the fold. Halfway lift, inhale, lengthen forward. Exhale, step your right foot back to a lunge. Keeping the right knee lifted for this one, but let the hips sink down. Engage the legs by pulling left heel and right foot toward each other. And then reach your collarbones forward. Gently set your right knee down. Straighten the left leg as much as you can, half split. On your inhale, shift forward back to the lunge. On the exhale, step left foot back, plank pose. Inhale, shift forward, shoulders come past the wrists. Exhale, chaturanga, slowly lower. Inhale, forward and up, up dog or cobra. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Reach your right leg up on the inhale, lengthening up through the right heel. Try to keep both hips facing the mat. On your exhale, right foot steps to the outside of the right hand for your lizard pose, letting the hips sink down. You could lower that back knee if you like. We'll be here for about 3 or 4 breaths. And to work on adding more strength to the hips, think about drawing right knee in toward your right arm, and right arm presses the leg away. On your next exhale, step the left foot forward to meet the right in your forward fold, bringing both feet back in. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale to fold. Sweep the arms out and up, breathe in. And dive back down as you breathe out. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, step the left foot back to your lunge. Hips get heavy, but back knee stays lifted. And then draw right heel and left foot toward each other. Strong legs. Reach the collarbones forward. Softly set the left knee down. Start straightening the front leg as much as you can. Big inhale to bend the right knee, come to the lunge, and then exhale, step back, plank pose. It's always your choice to take these vinyasas or to skip them and meet in down dog, and always feel free to modify this or any other pose that you need to. But when you're ready, shift the weight forward, exhale, lower halfway for your yoga push-up. Inhale, lift the chest forward and up. Exhale, lift the hips high, down dog. Lift your left leg up on the inhale. Flex your foot, reach up through the heel. On the next exhale, left foot steps outside of the left hand, lizard pose. Back knee can be up or down, just whatever you did on the first side. And again, let's add some strength to our hips here by drawing the left knee in toward the left arm. Left arm presses out, create some resistance. On your next out breath, step right foot forward to meet the left in your forward fold, bringing both feet back together. Halfway lift, breathe in, breathe out to release. Inhale, reach out and up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, circle the arms up. On your exhale, lean towards your right, press your hips to the left, but try to keep the weight even through your feet. Back to center as you inhale. Leaning to the left as you exhale, press the hips right. Weight even in the feet. Return to center, breathe in. Chair pose, breathe out. Hands can come to heart center for this one. And bring more weight back into your heels. Think about shifting the shins back in space. Pull the low belly in to support the low back. You could even take your hands to your low back just to figure out if you're arching a lot or if you're rounding there, because we just want a nice natural curve in this pose. On your next inhale, straighten the legs, lift your right knee to waist height. Flex the right foot. And then take right palm to your right knee. Press your knee into your palm, palm into the knee. This helps activate all the stabilizing muscles in your core to help you balance a little bit better. And then reach your right arm up, left arm comes next to your side. So we're moving into warrior 3, but with different arms this time. So as we kick the right leg back, right arm will also go back. So on the next exhale, kick your right leg back, right arm goes with it, left arm reaches forward. Sort of like those bird dog poses we did on hands and knees earlier. Then slowly back to that one-legged mountain pose, lifting the knee up, right arm up. Let's do that 2 more times. Exhale, slowly kick back, switch the arms. Inhale, lift your right knee up, back to start position. Exhale, warrior 3. Inhale, standing with right knee up. Last time, kick the right leg back. Hold here for 3, 2, 1. Right toe step back to a lunge. Both arms come up next to your ears. Make sure both hip bones are facing the top of your mat. You may need to bend the back knee in order to do that. Maybe sink down a little bit lower. Cactus the arms. Inhale, lift your chest. And release the arms down. Inhale, sweep them back up. Exhale, hands to the mat. Straighten your front leg as much as you can for a pyramid pose. If you have a block handy, you can also use a block just to support you, give you a little more height here. Inhale, bend the left knee. Exhale, step your right foot forward to your fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Notice the difference between the left back side of the leg and the right side. Chair pose, inhale, sink the hips down and back, reach the arms up. Maybe hands come to heart center for a moment. Pull the shins back in space. Zip the belly in and up. Squeeze the legs together. And then straighten both legs. Lift the left knee this time. Left palm comes to your knee and press them into each other. Activate all those stabilizers. You can let go of that resistance now and reach the left arm up, right arm next to your right hip. You guys know what's coming now. So take a deep breath in. On your breath out, start kicking the left leg back. Left arm follows, right arm comes forward. Inhale to your one-legged mountain, left arm up. Exhale, warrior three. Keep the breath steady and flowing. Inhale, lift the left knee. Exhale, warrior three. Last one, inhale, lift your left knee up. Exhale, warrior three. Holding for 3, 2, 1. Left toes to the back of the mat. Find your crescent lunge. Reach the arms up. Square your hip bones toward the top of your mat. Try to sink a little bit deeper. And exhale, cactus arms, lift your chest. Release the arms down. Inhale, sweep them back up. Exhale, folding forward, pyramid pose. Straightening the front leg as much as you can. Inhale, softly bend your right knee. Exhale, step the left foot forward to meet it in your fold. And now notice how the backs of your legs feel. Hopefully they're feeling more even now. Halfway lift, breathe in, get long. Breathe out, release. Inhale all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach your arms up. On your exhale, lean to the right, press your hips left. Back to center, inhale. To the left, exhale, press your hips right. Inhale to center. Chair pose, exhale, sinking the hips down and back. Hands can come to the heart. You'll get one more chance to do that little bouncing warrior three flow that we did a moment ago. But I promise we won't do as many of them this time. I know my legs are getting a little bit tired too. Inhale, straighten the legs, lift your right knee. Maybe press palm to knee if that helped you before to get stable. We're only doing 2 this time. Reach your right arm up, left arm down. Make them both super strong and mindful. Exhale, kick the right leg back. Right arm goes with it, left arm forward. Hold here, 3, 2, 1. Back to your one-legged mountain, nice and slow. Last one, kick the right leg back. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Let right toes to the back of the mat to your lunge. Then we're turning toward the right to a star pose. So toes are angled toward the corners of the mat, arms reach up. Exhale, goddess squat. Elbows come down toward the waist. Open up the knees, activate the glutes. Inhale, extend the limbs. Exhale, back to goddess. Again, inhale, star. Exhale, goddess. Straighten your legs, left toes turn toward the top of the mat, right toes toward the edge. So we're setting up for a triangle pose. Inhale, reach the left arm forward, and exhale to tick-tock your arms down to 6 and 12. Try to find more length through your spine. Sometimes it can help to press left palm into your shin a little bit, so it creates more space in both sides of your waist. You can also use a block here if you have one handy. On your next inhale, reverse your warrior. So bend the left knee, reach left arm up and back. Again, going more for length than for depth with this. Left knee presses out toward the left little toe. Recommit to the bend in that left knee. Side angle on your next exhale. Left elbow can come to the left thigh, or fingertips can reach all the way down toward the mat. We're trying to open up the shoulders, stack one over the other, open up the hips. Same thing, stacking one over the other. Exhale to lizard pose. So right hand comes down to the mat, left foot scoots out to the left edge. Maybe back knee lowers down, or you could keep it lifted if you're feeling energetic and want more of a challenge. Either way, think about pressing left knee and left arm into each other. Come onto the hands. If you lower down to the forearms, lift the back knee. Step the right foot forward to your fold. Halfway lift on the inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Chair pose, inhale, sinking the hips down and back. Second to last chair of class. We'll do one more after this, but we're almost there. Again, shift the shins back in space, weight toward the heels. Check in on your low back to see what it's doing. Make sure there's just that natural curve there. Straighten your legs. Inhale, lift the left knee up. Maybe left palm and knee press into each other. Stabilize yourself. Then reach left arm up, right arm down. Slow exhale, kick the left leg back. Hold warrior 3 for 3, 2, 1. Back to one-legged mountain. Exhale, slowly back to your warrior 3. Holding here, 3, 2, 1. Left toes step back, find your lunge. Then turn toward the left, star pose. Goddess squat, exhale. Keep pressing the knees out, opening up through the hips. Maybe you lift the right heel for this one. And lower. Inhale, back up. Exhale to your squat. Maybe lift the left heel. And lower. One more, star pose. Exhale, goddess. Option to lift both heels if you're ready for that. Make sure you're still breathing. Zipping in and up through your belly. Pull the shoulder blades together. Release that. Turn right toes toward the top of your mat. Left toes out to the left. Arms reach out toward opposite walls. And then inhale, right arm forward. Exhale to open the arms up to triangle pose. Again, you could press your right palm into your right shin to help you reach farther out through the crown of your head, create more space in your waist. It should kind of feel like you're really jutting your left hip back in space. Reverse your warrior on your next inhale. Bend your right knee. Reach your right arm up and back. Looking for more length than anything else here. Right knee presses out toward right little toe. Recommit to the bend in that knee. Side angle on your next exhale. Right shin to right thigh or fingertips toward the mat, your choice. Just try to stack shoulders left over right, stacking the hips as well, left over right. On your next out breath, left hand comes to the mat, lizard pose. Walk your right foot over to the right edge. And whichever version you did on the other side, do that one here too. So back knee up or down, whichever you chose before. Still though, press right arm and right knee into each other. Slowing down the breath if you haven't already. Trying to make the exhales just a little bit longer than the inhales. Inhale, lift up to the palms, lift the back knee. Exhale, step forward, heel toe your feet together. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, chair pose, the last one for class. Arms can be in whichever version you like best. Sink down a little bit deeper. Maybe reach the arms forward as you do that to counterbalance. Or sinking all the way down, 2 breaths with thighs parallel to the floor. Boat pose next. It's our last challenging pose for class. You can do it. We're almost there. Squeeze the legs together. And then lower your legs down, stretching them out in front of you. So if your hamstrings are still feeling pretty tight, you'll want to bend the knees a little bit for this. Reach your arms out and up. Get taller. Breathe out and fold forward, keeping that long spine. Eventually let it round and let your head and neck relax. Notice what your shoulders and your traps are doing. If they have crept up toward the ears, try to soften them down. Sometimes it helps to relax the arms next to your legs, turn the palms up. That can naturally relax your shoulders. On your next inhale, slowly roll up. And then scoop the belly in, roll all the way down to your back. Bend your knees when you get there. Cross right ankle over your left thigh, making sure the ankle bone hangs off of your thigh. And then grab the left leg, pull it towards you for our supine pigeon pose. gently release that. Uncross the legs, and we'll just go immediately into the second side. So left ankle crosses over the right thigh this time. Ankle bone hanging off of the thigh. Then grab your right leg, pull it in. Let's release that. Both feet come back to the mat. Lift your hips up just so you can slide them over to the left edge of the mat and let the knees fall to the right. If you're ready for a deeper twist, you could take eagle legs with this by crossing left leg over the right, again. Left arm can reach out to the side. Maybe your head turns in that direction as well. Press your shoulder blades down, return to center. And again, lift the hips up, slide them over to the right edge of the mat, send your knees toward the left. Maybe cross right leg over the left if you did that on the other side. And stretch your right arm out to the side. Head could turn in that direction too if that feels okay for your neck. Press your shoulder blades down, return to center. And then find your final resting pose, Shavasana, letting your legs stretch out, maybe turn out, palms turn up, and the eyes close down. Stay here as long as you have time for, soaking in the practice.